a day and a half adventure exploring the technologies, the demands, the experience we're having with all sorts of elements of what people like to call artificial intelligence, but we're focusing on the conversational elements or the factors that make things conversational. So I'm Dan Miller, lead analyst and founder. This is...
I'm Derek Top. I'm the director of research with Opus. I'll just introduce myself a little bit, then we'll have each of Mitch and Raveen talk about it. I'm excited to have all you here. First of all, thank you. This is officially our second Conversational Commerce conference in San Francisco. The first one was in 2011, which is a long story. We can go back to that if you want. But
timing is everything.
This is an evolution of our intelligent assistance conference and looking at how the growth of natural language processing and self-service and digital self-service and Siri, Alexa, and dare I say, conversational AI are progressing. We would love to convene this type of conference and really appreciate you all being here. My role is I'm the director of research, so I handle and manage our editorial content, which includes reports, white papers, webinars, conferences, and a landscape that we'll mention here in a second. But we provide this information for the market to educate them and become a discovery process for these new technologies and new applications of these out there. So if you want to learn more about that, please tell us. I'll also be moderating a couple panels, one today on analytics and another one tomorrow on balancing AI and self-service. So I'm very excited about those. And I'll introduce Mitch.
Great. So it's a little bit of an intelligence test because they reversed the order between the previous slide. So hi, Mitch Lieberman, Program Director for Conversational Intelligence. My role, what conversational intelligence does is that it works to bridge the gap between the core technologies and a lot of the customer experience initiatives you see throughout the organization. And it just stated that simply. The technology is great, but because if you can't draw and connect the dots between conversational systems, conversational messaging, all the way down to the customer experience, then these are initiatives that are fraught with problems and issues. And that's my area of work within Opus.
Hi, I'm Raveen. That slide was just to test you all to see that you are awake. I'm not any of the other three guys. We're talking about conversational commerce and customer experience, and I cover the area of security and authentication. So in order to provide seamless, delightful customer experience, you not only need to know who the customer is, you need to be sure that they are who you think they are. And that's why I'm really excited about this event. It's one of the only events that I know of that has a very, very strong customer experience leaning, but covers the security component as well. So Opus has always said it's not either or, it's not CX or security, it's both. And the panel that I'm chairing tomorrow is going to be talking about some of the emerging technologies that are coming out in that space. Looking forward to it.
Me too. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the intelligence transcribes my clearing my throat to open everything up here. But stuff to look for, as we've said, we've organized both panels and presentations. Over the next day and a half, you'll see that we're charting the arc of an emerging industry and the way that technologies and business organizations have to change in order to provide these truly great conversational experiences. Speaking of experience, the whole idea is that implementers are going to be talking about their experience, bringing elements of AI into the path between the communications paths between them and their prospects, their customers, and their employees. And more as a sign of maturity of the industry, we're talking about business outcomes. We're not techies talking to techies. We are seeing people from various verticals or various departments of their companies that are taking better advantage of all the big data out there and analytic tools for helping them do their jobs better. And this, Raveen hinted at it, this is a unique gathering. It cuts across a lot of disciplines. It cuts across, trying to find the individuals in business organizations taking charge of, whether they call it digital transformation or the sorts of CX innovations It's a hard task. So you have to be a self-identifying group of folks, and we're glad you're here. So the idea is to create breaks, networking situations. Derek will talk about the logistics there, but we're really talking about a landscape, and we put this up as worse than an eye chart for a reason. We're not going to go into any detail here, but just how we have put the time into looking at something on the order of 400 companies that are involved in various elements of the conversational ecosystem.
And a shout out to Nicholas Dekukowski, who helped with that. He's right there. He helped build this blueprint and the landscape. So.
And Nicholas will be chairing a few sessions as well. So, and we're also talking the talk this year. I don't know if any of you have said Alexa launched the Conversational Commerce skill and had a chance to hear some of our introductions and that sort of thing, but be sure to avail yourself of that. And we also have a face chat, that's a new one, Facebook Messenger chatbot. Courtesy of Altera AI, and it's invoked by going into your messenger and and addressing opus.ccc, and the chatbot will be there to answer questions in your own language. And this entire thing is being recorded, and that's what I was saying, since I started by clearing my throat, and I want to see what that looks like. Voice recordings by their technology, Eva, which will automatically make transcripts, do categorization and indexing of what we've been talking about. And now?
Yeah. Now on to the show. So.